We are back, and it's time to add our end credits. This is where we would credit the staff. It's also the same process to do the birthday video, so I will walk you through that. I'm not going to do both in the interest of time because the process is really the same for both. So at the end of your video, you need to add a background, so you can choose a background. I'm just going to go with this simple one. And again, we can make this as long or short as we want. And I'll show you how that affects the credits and how they scroll. Then we'll go into titles, and we can get rid of that news. And there, in the titles menu, there is a whole section for credits. And so I use this one. Type it, put it in here. And up here in the inspector window, you would put in this, and then we'll type in their names. So student, I'm just going to use generic rather than use real names. Etc. like that. I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay. Actually, I'm going to put a return under there to make that a little longer. And then we can just center all this. Kind of just like working with a word processing program. So we'll play around with that. You can change the font, size, tracking, all of that. And then it'll scroll through. I'll actually delete this line here. We have student 2, etc. And then they'll play through. Just like that. Now, you can adjust the length. And if I adjust the length, it'll make them scroll slower. So that's how that works. So longer title makes them scroll slow. Faster title, or excuse me, shorter will make it fast. And they'll really kind of fly through. They're a little bit jittery. I wanted to point out, look up here, little pie thing. You've seen this before when you exported videos. That's rendering right now. So the computer's processing all that. So if you ever notice that you do some edits and it looks real jittery, take a look up here and notice to see if it's still rendering, because that means that the computer is still processing it. So now it should, oops, get back over here. Yeah, now the jitteriness is gone. Looks a lot better. Okay. So that's how that works. Same thing here. You can add music underneath this. So again, you can search through here for all of it. There are literally a ton of them. I'm going to clear this. Right now it's just stuck on the news one. So, but you can scroll through. And again, if you want, you can go into GarageBand and you can create your own music for this, which would be kind of a fun thing to do. And then it'll show, if you save it in your GarageBand folder, it'll show up in here. There's nothing in here because I haven't created anything. Okay, so also if you have stuff in iTunes, which you don't, but it just shows you the possibilities. All right, so let's just throw this under here. Okay. And you can adjust the length of that. And so that's the process for creating credits. And again, it's the same exact process that I use for the birthdays. So that's how to do that.